Good evening to distinguished guests, parents, family, friends, and especially to you graduates. Welcome to this baccalaureate service. I ask that we combine all of our different understandings of the divine and the universe, that these may be collected in one prayer. God in heaven, we collectively raise our voices in thanks for the gifts, particularly the gifts of these young people and the magic that they've created on this campus in one another's lives through their friendships, challenges, and triumphs, and how those triumphs have been ferried to you as families, and that you beam also with that grace from God. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Mr. Onion. Thank you, members of the class of 2024 and family members. And welcome to the baccalaureate service for the class of 2024. The baccalaureate service derives from the medieval European custom of presenting the candidates for the degree of bachelor, Bacca, with laurels, laurie, of sermonic oration. The baccalaureate ceremony is no longer a service of worship, but remains one of celebration and thanksgiving for the lives dedicated to learning and to wisdom. The baccalaureate service is believed to have originated at the University of Oxford in 1432, when bachelor's degree candidates were required to deliver a sermon in Latin as part of their academic requirements. Despite Dr. Martin's invocations, we have not reinstituted that sermon in Latin. Since the earliest universities in America were founded primarily on a British model, the practice of baccalaureate services was continued. The requirement for the sermon in Latin did not come down to us from Oxford, but some visible regalia from those times remain. The faculty wear academic robes with hoods denoting degrees and the institution from which they were received. The different colors of the borders of the hood reflect the major field in which one has earned a degree: white for art, literature, and humanities, copper for economics, pink for music, yellow for science, and so on. The silk lining of the robes shows the institution's colors. Bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees are indicated by different lengths of hoods and different design robes. Above all, the solemnity of your accomplishment commands attention in this smaller audience tonight, in addition to commencement tomorrow. This evening, we will enjoy a performance from the Troublemakers, celebrate some of the accomplishments of this class, hear from your senior speaker, Johann Alex Young, and from our faculty speaker, Mr. Tim Corica. And we will do all this at this penultimate gathering of the class of 2024. Priyanka and Kyle, please come forward.
First, we would like to congratulate the class of 2024 for everything they've done throughout their 1, 2, 3, or 4 years here at Petty. We are here to introduce our senior speaker, Alex Jung.
Alex has been a part of the Petty community for 4 years. He is an integral part of the orchestra with his trumpet, a cross-country runner in the fall, and a joy to be in class with. Please give a warm welcome to our senior speaker for the class of 2024, Alex Jung.
Hey everyone. Before I start this speech, I'd like to first apologize for my voice. I was screaming the lyrics to Cotton Eye Joe a little too hard the other day. And I don't know about you guys, but I had a great time at prom. So let's give it up for our Stuco. And I definitely know I'm not the only one that enjoyed prom, because my good friend and our vice president, Kasim, attempted to drop it like it's hot at prom. And I don't think I'll ever forget the crimson red underwear that I saw across the dancing floor. Yeah, he absolutely split his pants. But just like I've cherished these moments in the last week, I love this school. I love this school. Now, as a legal adult, I'd like to be able to say that I rarely become a blubbering mess, but when Mr. Green professes love for Petty during Founders Day, I couldn't help but break into tears, because I realized I felt the same way. I showed up to orchestra with my face bloated and eyes watery, and when Mr. Michaels asked me if I was all right, I said, it's the allergies, man, and I just played it off. Now you may be wondering, what was enough to make a grown man, by the way, I'm only 18, cry? It was a realization that we were at the end of something beautiful. Of course, every time I passed a graduation countdown in the second floor of Annenberg, I knew that time was slipping through our fingers. But seeing faculty that had become mentors, friends, and family processing through chapel filled my heart to bursting. You know, my first year on campus, there was a night when I had a family emergency back in Korea, and we have a 13-hour time difference. So I sent a desperate text to Mr. Korka, and I fell into a restless sleep at around 5 a.m. At 9:30, it wasn't my alarm that woke me, but it was Mr. Korka knocking gently. The moment I saw him, my instinct was to rush, stuffing books and my laptop into my bag, wondering what kind of tardies and lates and MOs that I would have to deal with later. But Mr. Korka, with a bagel in hand, in his characteristically warm and soothing voice, just said, "Let's walk." He had cleared my schedule, spoken to my teachers, just so that we could talk, just so that I could breathe a little. Mr. Korka, you're like a second father to me, and you've not only shown me, but also countless others and countless alums that I've run into what it means to be seen and cared for. So today, in front of this community, I proudly say, we love you. Mr. Green noted during his speech that Colts Coleman, the building you see right over there, the benefactor refused to leave his friend's name off of that building. And when I donate a building to this school, I'm gonna have to name it Jung, Otadi, Jia, Kim, Joe, Quinn, and Korka. I'm gonna need a big sign. Now you might be wondering how PQ's name got in there. He's a headmaster, It's not like every student has such a close relationship to him. But I'm proud to say that I do have an unusually close relationship to him, thanks to some serendipity, which was me getting shipped to the ER one night. During this winter, I was playing some basketball and I went for a dunk. I hit the rim with my head with so much force that I had an open head wound, 6 staples, and a long-lasting concussion. Ever since then, I've been hesitant to train my legs further in the gym. But for those of you who have played basketball with me, please stay silent for the rest of the night. But it was a Saturday night. It was difficult getting someone to drive me. I gave my guardian, who lives in North Jersey, a call, and I told him, "Hey man, I need a really big favor. I just hit my head playing basketball, and I think I'm concussed. I think I have to go to the..." "Hello? Are you there? Hello?" The line went dead. I did get the royal service though. PQ of all people, on a Saturday night, stepped up to drive me to the ER. We spent around 6 hours together, And we talked constantly about Aristotle, Plato, Mill, and my desire to be a venture capitalist. I'll never forget how genuinely PQ said, "I had a wonderful Saturday night talking with you," as I hopped off his car at 1 a.m. to head back into the dorm. Mr. Quinn, thank you for all you have done for me and this community. We love you. You know, faculty here do so much for their students. Sometimes so much so that it hurts them. PQ definitely lost some sleep taking me to the ER. But Mr. Onion gave his heart and soul in every English class he taught. And on the soccer pitch, he gave his lower back. One day, Onion was demonstrating how to body someone in practice, and he used Enru Chi to demonstrate. So Mr. Onion was like here, and like Enru was like back here, and Enru gave him a slight push. That was Enru's word, so I'm not too sure, but slight push. Mr. Onion fell down and started groaning, "Get Roca, get Roca." You know, we as students struggled alongside the faculty too. Mr. Kaja, if you don't know him, he's a majestic Asian fella with a mullet. But the character of this man is undeniable. And that's exactly why, when he accidentally used the girls' bathroom of the basement of the Science Center, Maya Lugi, who ran into him inside the bathroom, and I both completely believed that it was an accident. If you're not aware, the bathroom signs are not only flipped in the basement of the Science Center, they're also marked by a number of chromosomes a male and female has. And I took AP Bio this year, and I still don't know. And so many people have fallen victim to it. Kaljia, Chris Du, a lot of other people, but definitely not me. Now, shifting gears from Science Center mishaps to unforgettable adventures, I've been told by Mr. McClellan that I had to talk about the bike trip since we were the last class to ever take it. When I was given this requirement, I was actually ecstatic because I knew just the story. The very first night of the bike trip, before it even started, Alan Zhao and Alex Kong decided it'd be a good idea to fuel up before the trip. They ordered McDonald's. And between the two of them, Alex Kong decided that he was going to be the one to go pick up that order. And with McDonald's in hand, he was caught red-handed by Mr. Harris and Mr. Frank by Longstreet. And I think it's safe to say that Mr. Frank was not loving it. You know, Alex Kong was the one that got caught, and he was shaking in his sleep that night, and he got kicked off the trip the next day. But Alan Zhao still completed that bike trip. I've also been told by Mr. Roach that I needed to talk to some more girls for the speech. Well, the joke's on him because I did have a prom date this year. And not to mention, I did reach out to a bunch of y'all for anecdotes, and thank you to the ones who did reply. But let's just say this wasn't the first time I got left undelivered. Just like my mishaps with girls, we, the class of 2024, have had boundaries tested. We've had some near-apocalyptic experiences, if you really think about it. We had COVID, we had that solar eclipse, we also had that earthquake, which, to be honest with you, I thought it was a freshman falling off the stairs. I literally looked back, and I swear a bunch of seniors just saw I looked back upstairs and saw some freshman was like hurt. But I wondered if it was Sophia again. For those of you who don't know, Sophia and her friends were attending Brennan Sedano's drum recital. We're going down the stairs, and as if God himself came and snatched her knees gave out, and she went tumbling down the stairs uncontrollably. If we look at it from a bright perspective, we can say that she gave it all to support Brennan. By the way, Brennan and Tessa's senior recitals were amazing. Let's give it up for them. Like Sophia with her knee, The faculty, too, have gone above and beyond, losing sleep and lower backs to support us. All these relationships are forged by collective effort, and that's what makes this school truly exceptional. You know, when someone used to ask me what Petty's like, I used to describe it as warm. Now that I'm a day behind graduation, I think the better phrase would be loving. As I close, I urge that you reflect on the beautiful, intricate relationships we've forged, with peers who have seen your highs and lows, with teachers who have become your guides and guardians. These are the threads that weave the rich tapestry of our community. It's not just a school, but a place where warmth morphs into something deeper, something loving. And I know for a fact that my relationship with my peers and faculty like Mr. Korka, Mr. Quinn, and Mr. Toddy are not unique to me. Students, I know that each and every one of you have a faculty you turn to for warmth and guidance. And faculty, I know you go above and beyond to nurture us. And before I close, I was just gonna close, but I was talking to my sister today, and she said that she would kill me if I didn't mention my parents. So, on that note, earlier today, Mr. McClellan was talking about the level of sacrifice it takes for your parents to send your kids to Petty. And that's true. I'm an international student from Korea. My parents essentially only get to see me about 4 times a year. So it's a heavy emotional investment on their part. And it's a heavy emotional sacrifice on their part to let me be nurtured by exceptional faculty here, like Mr. Korka and Mr. Quinn. Petty, let's carry this legacy of love forward. Let's continue to love one another in whatever future we build. And remember, if you see me crying today, it's definitely the high pollen count. It's not me crying. Thank you, and alla viva, and soar high.
Before I introduce the faculty speaker, I do need to acknowledge that there was an alumna troublemaker up there from Sweden who snuck in under the wire, so welcome back. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Koraka, a 1978 computer major graduate of Princeton University, later earning his MSc in computer science there as well. Mr. Koraka arrived at Petty in September 1979 after a year of teaching across town at Hightstown High. It's a move that may still have feathers ruffled over on Leshen Lane. Whenever I tell you tonight about Mr. Koraka's professional record, please know it is a greatly abbreviated record. Tim Koraka has taught almost every math and computer science class Petty has offered, served twice as math department chair, was for many years director of academic technology, during which time he and his colleagues established the campus-wide fiber optic network in 1993 and the one-to-one laptop program in 1998. He served as Dean of Faculty and has chaired or served on committees as diverse as the Head Search Committee, Library Design Committee, Curriculum Revision Committee, Digital Learning Committee, and Long Range Planning Committee. He's offered more than 30 professional workshops off campus on many topics in education and has published more than 15 books and articles. There is very little about our overall instructional program, and especially our industry-leading use of technology, that Tim has not touched, helped refine, or helped develop. Perhaps closer to his heart than anything outside of his family, however, he has been a counselor and friend to so many of us over his 4.5 decades at Petty. In recognition of his extraordinary work at Petty, he has received both the Saunders Teaching Prize and the Casperson Above and Beyond Award. Finally, he has served as a faculty advisor, both assigned and informal, to hundreds of students with whom he remains in touch and who consider him to be a transformational mentor and friend decades after the graduation from Petty. Mr. Koraka.
4.5 decades? Is that how you put it? Thank you for your very kind introduction, Mr. Quinn. Many thanks to Alex for reminding the senior class of some of your shared experiences and for the kind words about me. Thanks to Ms. Green for accepting a request for music 3 hours ago and saying, oh, sure. You'll hear a little bit more about the music connection in a few minutes. When I came to Petty 45 years ago, I was young and had no gray hair. After teaching here for all that time, I'm much older and much grayer. However, Dr. Kaggs has reminded me that that is correlation and not causality. This is a special assemblage of people under this tent tonight. Joined under this tent are the 3 legs that make the stool of Petty School stand. There are the parents who made the bold decision to trust the Petty School with their most precious asset, their children. There are teachers, staff, and administration who work every day to help those children grow intellectually and personally. And of course, we honor this weekend these young people, call them students or graduates, but mostly people, great human beings who make all of our lives better. It's the special synergy between these 3 groups, in fact, that makes Petty School what it is and that has brought us to this very momentous weekend. My talk tonight, like a MPS math problem-solving problem set, cannot give you the answers. You need to perform productive struggle in order to build upon the ideas and make them your own. But it's a very short problem set. I just have 2 ideas for you. Idea number 1, gratitude is a 2-way experience, and you should always be aware of that. Let me explain. Over my teaching career at Petty, I have constantly learned from and benefited from you, the students here. The engine that makes Petty what it is the curious, engaged, confident, eager student body that you represent. When prospective teachers or parents ask me what makes Petty special, my answer is always our students. Every single year that I have taught, maybe every single week, a student has asked me a question that made me think of things in a different way, that made me question my own reasoning and my own understanding, or giving me cause to think creatively about how to explain something. In truth, while they appreciate my teaching, I understand, I am most grateful for what they've brought to me and bring to me in the classroom. That gratitude is a two-way affair. Parents here may not know this, but at Petty there's a widespread custom in which students, on their way out of the classroom, say, "Thank you, Mr. Corica, for the class." Actually, they say this on many occasions. I'm always struck by the students who, about to take a quiz or test that they have been dreading for days, when I hand it to them, they say, "Thank you, Mr. Corica." I don't know how they manage to do that, but I appreciate it. And I must say the thank you at the end of class is not just something tossed over their shoulder. It is most often an earnest, look you in the eye comment. "Thank you, Mr. Corica." In the early days when this first began, I stumbled over how to respond, and I would say, you're welcome. But over time, I've changed. I felt a little badly responding this way. Kathy Schwieger, truly a legendary math teacher, who unfortunately you folks have not had a chance to experience, she would complain when someone said thank you, the response would be, "No problem," or "Sure." What she understood was that expressing gratitude was actually a profound thing, and we shouldn't be dismissive of it. Over time, I found myself shifting in the feelings that were generated by those simple words as students were walking out of the classroom. They're expressing appreciation for what I did to make class a happy, productive, and interesting place for them. But that's only half the story. I came to realize that every student in my class was a necessary partner with me in making the class what it was. Their joy, curiosity, energy, and willingness to follow my lead enriched my experience, helped me learn too. At each class meeting, my students bring a gift to me. I feel gratitude for that gift, the gift of their willingness, joy, and excitement. I've changed my response now. When the student says, "Thank you, Mr. Corica," at the end of class, my answer now is, "Oh, thank you." I can't help, I'm going to extemporize for a moment, but I thought it was beautiful that Alex talked about the nice note that he got from Mr. Quinn, who had brought him to the hospital, thanking him for the conversation, just as Alex would have thanked PQ for the trip. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about, this reciprocal relationship of gratitude. From kindergarten on, it's common for parents and caregivers to catch up with their student's teacher and say, "Thank you for teaching them." The response, when I hear that, is, "Thank you for giving us them to teach. Thank you for leaving them with us and trusting us and giving them to our classrooms." Teachers, parents, and students have all reason to be grateful to each other, not just in one direction. I do have one concrete suggestion. I know it's a MPS and you're supposed to do it yourself, but I have one concrete suggestion for our students, our graduates. I've always thought that winning an Oscar or a Tony would be wonderful, but the best part was not the fact that you'd get a little statuette. The best part is that you get to stand up and for 45 seconds perhaps, or maybe a minute and a half, you get to thank the people that led you to have that achievement. So my suggestion for you graduates is to find some time over this weekend, stand up, maybe with a microphone, or more likely just at the kitchen table, and give that Oscar speech, that thank you for making me what I've been able to accomplish today. Thank you, family. Thank you, friends. Thank you for your support. That's a gift to be able to have that sort of opportunity. So grab it while you can. The gratitude, as I say, is a two-way street. The class of 2024 has so much to be grateful for, but you should not forget that you are not just a recipient of gifts from others, but you yourselves are a gift. Problem number 2 on the problem set. It's your time. Keep the spirit. It's an open secret that I'm a fan of the musicals of Stephen Sondheim. For those of you who don't know his work, he was a spectacular composer, lyricist, and thinker. His musicals, though, are not cheery. From West Side Story to Assassins, a musical about all of the people that tried to assassinate presidents. That sounds like a fun day. To Into the Woods, where a giant stomps on the townspeople. To Sweeney Todd, yeah, I'm not going to talk about that one. My favorite work of his, though, is a show called Merrily We Roll Along. It's about a wonderful group of three idealistic young people, close friends, who, over the course of their lives, become unhappy, at odds with each other. Their central character, Frank, actually gives up his art and his friendships in exchange for fame and fortune and grows into a sad and cynical man. Perhaps Sondheim, to keep his audience from being too depressed by that story, decided to run the musical in reverse. He begins as a sad and cynical man, and we watch his life go backwards to a moment much like the one that you're experiencing right now. He ends the story with hope and idealism of the beginning, the hope and idealism that was lost, unfortunately, for Frank. The musical feels a little depressing because it starts so sad and ends up at this happy opening where it seems like we're going to lose everything. But I don't think it's depressing because what it tells us is we don't have to go the route that Frank went. We can make different decisions, and we can keep all the incredible hope and idealism that I see right in front of me tonight. Right now, you and the class of 2024 are idealistic people right at the beginning. Your future is full of hopes and dreams. In my last baccalaureate speech 16 years ago, I pointed out that the seniors have been blessed with the equivalent of a huge lottery win. You've worked hard, dreamt big, but you also were among the very lucky people who had the support and the resources that brought you to this moment. You should not forget the great luck that you have had, the lottery that you have won, but you should also see it as an obligation for the things that you should hang on to in the coming years. Like Frank, you'll have decisions you'll have to make about your lives. How can you end up proud, happy, and loved instead of famous, wealthy, and sad? The good news is that your time at Petty has prepared you for this. You have made choices that allowed you to help others, to support each other, to team up with others to achieve success. You have learned to look at yourself and grow as a person, dare I say it, to finish your work and begin anew. You have ideals and you are ready to pursue them. At the end of the musical called Merrily, which, since it runs backward at time, of course, is at the beginning of the lives of the characters, there's a song about idealism that is beautiful and always makes me cry. I'm going to strive not to cry tonight. Sometimes, as my family knows, sometimes I ugly cry in the theater seat at the end of the musical. Again, I will try not to do that. I admire Alex for making sure that he didn't also. The song is called It's Our Time, and it's about the incredible hope and incredible future ahead for the characters tonight, ahead for the senior class. It's a future they can have if they choose hope over cynicism and love over fortune. That's the future I wish for you, the class of 2024. You and all of my students over all of my 45 years have given me so much, and I'd like to return this for you all. Today is a special time, an inflection point, your calculus teacher might have said. It's a special time and a new adventure for you and also for me tonight. We both look ahead to new experiences. It was an inflection point for Frank, Mary, and Charlie in the musical as well. They come up to a rooftop to glimpse the dawn of a new era. They look up to see Sputnik satellite in the sky. It's 1957, and they witness the very first time a man-made object has been put into Earth. It inspires them. Now, it's 2024, so it's not Sputnik that you'll see. Maybe something else has inspired you. Maybe ChatGPT has written an essay that amazed you. I'm not sure. But for them, it was the dawn of a brand new age. And knowing that they were a part of it and are filled with excitement and possibility. It's a musical, so naturally there's a song about it. I'm going to give you a little bit of that song. First, Frank sings, "Something is stirring, shifting ground. It's just begun." Think about what that is for you, senior class. Their friends sing, "We are the movers, we are the shapers, we are the names in tomorrow's papers." That's you. I will be looking for you in tomorrow's papers. The friends sing, "Years from now, we'll remember and we'll come back. We'll buy that rooftop and hang a plaque. This is where we began being what we can." That is where you are today, where you began, and being what you can. This is what I wish for all of you, a life of happiness, love, art, and connection to your fellow humans, starting with what you've all built here at Petty. From Sondheim, stealing his words one last time, they sing, "It's your time, breathe it in, worlds to change, worlds to win, your turn coming through, you and you and you and you." Breathe it in. Thank you all. Alla viva.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Martin, Latin teacher. I'm here to start the awards presentation part of the program, and you wouldn't believe how bright these lights are in your eyes when you're up here. Let the newly elected members of Cum Laude Society please stand. The Cum Laude Society has the objective of promoting learning and sound scholarship in secondary schools. It was founded in 1906 as the secondary school equivalent to Phi Beta Kappa, the college-level honor society. Petty's chapter was founded in 1921, and we were the 14th school to adopt election during the senior year on the basis of an honors record. These students were installed into the cum laude a couple weeks ago. I will now read the list of these new members. I ask the audience to please hold your applause until the list is completed. Rachel Aji, Devjit Bhattacharya, Delina Tsao, Enos Chang, Ella Chong, Rachel Chung, Emily Davis, Eveline Davis, Ivy Ding, Benjamin Ju, Alex Jung, Leah Jung, Justin Kim, Emma Lee, Tiger Lee, Adele Rayo, Ryan Rong, Angad Singh, Savir Singh, Kyle Song, Ryan Thomas, Caitlin Vella, Shivani Verma, Yang Wang, Ming Wang, Kefe Wu, Sophia Wu, Karen Yao, and Andy Jung. Congratulations to you.
We now move on to the portion where we distribute the department prizes, beginning with the arts. The Arts Department Prize is awarded by vote of arts faculty to a senior who's made the strongest impact in multiple areas of the arts. This artist's acting is authentic and her voice is golden. She was described by Mr. C as being a beacon of light on the stage, and she is so highly thought of that there is already a legend born that she made the earth move under our feet, AKA an earthquake. Those of you who attended her art signature recital or any of the many stage productions she participated in know that she is something special. Whether it's singing, acting, playing the guitar, the drums, or conducting an ensemble, she connects with us on a highly personal level. So humble is this artist that she will likely apologize for being named the winner of this award. We know that no apology is necessary. We have been elevated by her performances and her authentic self each day for 4 years. To borrow a line from her, which she proclaimed during a campaign to become the vice president of her middle school, Silva is the new gold. Congratulations, Tess Silva.
Good evening. On behalf of athletics, the John J. Wynant Class of 41 Cups are awarded annually to a student in either the junior or senior class who is qualified by winning 2 varsity letters during the school year, and who, in the judgment of a committee of faculty, excels in scholarship and athletic ability. This year, we have 2 award recipients. The first Wynant Award earner participated in 12 of 12 possible seasons, meaning she played a sport every trimester of her Petty career. Along the way, she amassed 10 varsity letters and served as captain 5 times across 3 different sports. Her coaches describe her as an amazing leader, a role model, and an unconditional supporter and teammate. One coach commented, "She never hesitates to stop what she is doing to lend a hand, whether that is helping a new runner learn how to use the starting blocks or stopping to help clean up the area the team was sitting in at the meet." Another coach noted, quote, "This student athlete's biggest attribute is her spirit. Each and every day she comes to practice with a smile that changes the moods of those around her. It's truly contagious." Please join me in congratulating this year's first Wynant Award winner, Priyanka Seth. The second Wynant Award earner joined the Petty community as a sophomore, and since enrolling, he's participated in 9 consecutive terms of athletics at Petty. As a senior, he captained 3 seasons, each of his coaches touting him as, quote, "one who leads by his actions." Immensely talented, this young man placed first in the high jump at county, state, and Maple championship events, and he's currently ranked in New Jersey in several other events as well. Nonetheless, he remains humble and finds a way to positively impact those in his orbit. As was shared by his coaches at Wednesday evening's athletics banquet, quote, "To me, the most telling sign of his greatness came when a younger athlete on our team approached me and asked, 'Coach, I want to be a bigger and better part of this team. What does it be to be like Kasim?'" Please join me in congratulating our second Wynant Award winner, Kasim Lecky.
Good evening. The Fred Rager Class of 1944 Prize for Excellence in English is the department's highest prize and is awarded to that senior whose work has been especially marked by sophistication, clarity, and vigor. This student may remind one of a Persian miniature painting. From afar, she stands out for her bright and compelling confidence. Up close, the range of her talent and imagination is awe-inspiring. To hold a page of her writing in your hand is akin to observing a miniature painting in detail. The page is her canvas, and it is flush with unmistakable skill, spellbinding narrative, and vibrant imagery. She is a storyteller who renders worlds onto each page, mesmerizing and even transfiguring the reader. She transforms every space she inhabits, from the classroom to the campus at large. It is an honor to present this year's Fred Rager Class of 1944 Prize for Excellence in English to Adele Rayo.
The Language Department Award is given each year to a student who has successfully completed higher levels in one or more languages taught at Petty. This year's recipient is a motivated and outgoing student who has reached an exceptional level of expression and comprehension in no one but two foreign languages. She can move from English to French to Spanish with ease. Her teachers praised her spontaneous and enthusiastic presence in class, her maturity, curiosity to learn, and determination to be successful in class. For her terrific work in her signature program in languages, where she studied the health policies in France and Spain, and her academic accomplishment in French and Spanish, the Language Department is pleased to award this prize to Marcela Nirin.
Good evening. The Dr. William H. Marabou Award is given to that student whose work in the field of history has been of unusually high quality and shows a significant degree of originality. The student should have demonstrated those qualities of clarity of thought and integrity of purpose that characterized the late Dr. Marabou's distinguished teaching career at Petty. This is the History Department's highest award. This year's winner is a Renaissance woman in the truest sense. She is an athlete, an artist, a scientist, an outdoors woman, and a historian. She is intrigued by the natural world and the beings that inhabit it, and as a result, her work in history is incisive and sophisticated. Whether dissecting an impressionist painting in art history or exploring the covert world of the CIA, she pulls from a depth and breadth of knowledge to create original insights into a very complicated world. This year's winner of the Marabou Award is Caitlin Vella.
Hornberger Prize in Mathematics is awarded to that student who, in the judgment of the faculty of the Mathematics Department, has done the most outstanding work within the department over the course of their career at Petty. The winner is chosen for their true enjoyment of the subject, generosity of spirit, contributions to the classroom experience, leadership, and success as demonstrated both inside and outside the classroom. It is the highest prize awarded by the department. This year's recipient achieved the nearly unthinkable, producing leadership-level work in 5 rather advanced courses of the study in the department: linear algebra, multivariable calculus, economics, AP statistics, and computer science. In the computer science realm, this student collaborated with a classmate to create an award-winning app that uses machine learning techniques to read American Sign Language, including a visit to the Katzenbach School for the Deaf to fine-tune the code by observing proficient users in action. He qualified for the gold level exam in the US Computing Olympiad and achieved platinum status in the Cyber Patriots competition. He's respectful and considerate, and he values diverse perspectives and creates an inclusive atmosphere for discussion. Through it all, he has been both humble and generous, even taking time out of his weekends to share his experiences in the mathematics and robotics departments with prospective students. This year's winner is Ryan Wrong.
The Science Prize is presented to that graduating senior who, in the judgment of the Science Department faculty, combines to the greatest degree in the following attributes: outstanding achievement in science courses taken at Petty, insight into the ideas and concepts of science, excellent laboratory skills, and a genuine interest in and enthusiasm for the sciences. This year's recipient has challenged herself and excelled in nearly all of the Science Department's honors and AP courses. Her enthusiasm, intellect, and humility have graced our classrooms and clubs and enriched our community. Her success is a testament to her grit and focus, and she did not sacrifice having fun and being true to herself. She is an academic weapon who has outgrown this nest and is ready to trade in her blue and gold for crimson red. She will be missed, but we wish her all the best. Harvard is lucky to welcome this year's recipient of the Science Prize, Adele Rylott.
We have to prepare for song. And so if you rely on your programs, the words of the alma mater are placed in the back. sentiment of the evening, but also many of the expressions from tonight's gathering prompt us to prayer. We've been gifted a legacy of love. We have been created to be proud, happy, and loved. And we can do this by breathing it all in. And we give thanks to God for these blessings, for this effort, for our tasks. For our task is to love and to love and to love. And let this love shine upon you each and every day as you go forward as a blessing. Amen.